So thank you so much, Elizabeth, for giving me an opportunity to interact you. It's my first interaction, and Purshottam, thank you as well, because you let me know that she's here and we connected, and at this moment we are interviewing you and you both of you. So thanks, Purshottam, and thanks, Elizabeth.
Thank you so much. It's totally my pleasure being here.
Okay, so I'll start with one question, because I'm meeting you first time and you are on India visit. So how has been your India tour so far?
It's absolutely amazing. I should say that the open heart and hospitality of people here, it's really impressive. And I can see even from the market that how the partners are behaving, how the market is important here. It's very, very important for me to know. So I'm very pleased here. Okay, and that's great. And you are with your very core key member, Purshottam, who is leading the Indian market, consumer Indian market here. I'll start with one thing, because you are a global leader. You keep on visiting different marketplaces and see things around cybersecurity market. So how do you see the 2024 will gonna have a impact on the trends which are coming for the cybersecurity attacks, and how do you see the trends which are coming? Oh, we're having quite big and ambitious plans for 2024, because you see in the number of markets, we can see that the trend is actually improving and growing very much.
Right.
Before, it was very important to introduce the threats to the end users, to explain where exactly the risk might sit. Now everybody knows about that. It's sort of mainstream. So our task mostly is to provide the best product and technology in order to provide every home user, everyone who needs to be not only aware of the issues, but know how to fix them.
Right.
So I would say that the majority of the trends that we can see globally, it's definitely digitalization.
Okay.
So the way how the end user would buy the product is changing. And we definitely are looking forward into making the omni-channel sales and to be effective in order to provide both scenarios from end users in any format that he is willing to take. And our main goal and mission is to provide the highest in class features and technologies that will cover all of the digital life of the end user, beyond any PC, beyond any AV, to feel completely secured by Kaspersky.
Right. So Minsala rightly said, because you are observing kind of trends and you're already ready with the solutions, which now the responsibility lies with the Purshottam to get these things adopted in Indian market. So how do you see, you have been seeing how the growth has been happening. So it's a commendable. I think you must be knowing the numbers, how it's performing and everything. But I'm sure that the kind of visibility I can see in the consumer market is very much, your partners are supporting you guys are very well. So I'll ask you one thing, Purshottam, it is, how does Kaspersky stay ahead in adapting its cybersecurity solution, to emerging threats, and what are the cyber attacks happening in the consumer segment? How do you see?
It's a good question. I would say, Kaspersky as a company, we are a global company. When I say global company, we have over 70% of our workforce in R&D. And these are hardcore cybersecurity experts. So what I could say is that the product what we have has a deep dive learning of global cyber threat.
Right.
And definitely cyber threats are evolving day by day with the digitalization coming across the globe. I would not say that just India.
Right.
So it is our research and analysis of entire world, I would say that, and that is our hardcore strength while developing the product.
Correct.
So with whatever new evolution of threats, what you see is something which is being catered by the engineers of our company, and I proudly say that we are a homegrown company. We don't outsource, and it's our core. It belongs to our ideology to protect every consumer from any threat. Let it be 0 day, or let it be past, or let it be any evolution in terms of the threat which is being perceived by the consumers.
Right. So means, when you talk about the cybersecurity, because as a media, even we, I can compliment you about one thing: your R&D teams and your newsletters and bulletins are too effective, because from those kinds of report, we are the first one to get updated about what are the threats which are coming and what Kaspersky has done to to mitigate those kind of attacks. So thanks for having such kind of a mechanism with your own organization. You are not depending on third party for any kind of error. I'll move to you, Elizaveta. It's about you have been globally seeing how things have grown up. Okay, you lead for the different region, and India is one of the specific region, which is very important, I guess, for you also. So what will be your strategy? You talked about, in the first part that there are a lot of planning which you have, the solution which you have. So what would be your strategy about the Indian market as well from the other global market which you are heading?
Yes, first of all, I would start that we are truly global company. And by that, I mean that we're having the presence and operating in 200 countries.
Okay.
With more than 30 countries where we have the offices. We do have 10 transparency centers, which are proving our serious intention and growth and how big and spread as the company we are. This is very important.
Right.
And talking about the strategic markets where we see the potential and the biggest growth, for the moment we can see a huge growth in Asia Pacific region. And India, of course, it's very important territory for us to grow.
Right.
I can also add that, of course, we are seeing the growth in Middle East and Latin America. Though, getting back to the Indian market and how we can see and build the strategy, the core and the biggest response from us is to continue doing what we have been doing for all of these years, means increasing our partnership and our global network. Because we've been growing as the company with the partners.
Right.
For us, it's the key. And all of the strategic message, tactical and strategy-wise, we are doing our best in order to provide the best tools, the best potential resources, and all of the needed to the market in order to deliver our products to the end customers.
Okay.
With all of this global coverage, with all of the partner programs in place and all of the techniques that Purshottam and his team is delivering to the market, it's crucially important to build, continue having and develop this relationship, to look forward, because at the end of the day, it's both digital business and it's both channel business.
Right.
And we want to provide and make sure that the end customer is the one to choose, knowing everything about our product, about our features, knowing how we're protecting him, and knowing exactly that we can be the partner of the best partner. So
Right.
they need to see us as someone who is helping them to get the security at home.
That's true. It's very well-defined strategy you have already in place. Now the responsibility lies with the Purshottam in Indian market. So what will be your take for the 2024?
2024, as you would remember 2023,
Yeah.
I had this statement that it is our uphill task to
Okay.
reach the last mile. And
Right.
channel partners are one of the backbone for us. We have been channel friendly. So 2024 is to continue the same effort in the direction where we can expand our wings to the last mile across India.
Right.
That would be my goal. And as I love to be into market, more and more partners is basically adding, expanding your hands to the last mile. So one word would be adding more partners, getting to the last mile and reaching out to the last end user consumer, which requires cybersecurity protection. So that would be the goal for us for 2024.
Yeah.
Via any medium, as rightly said by Elizaveta.
Right.
So medium could be anything. The end goal is to secure the consumer. So yeah,
Right.
that would be the goal.
So if I can add one thing, because there is one initiative from the Kaspersky in the local digital platform. There is a buy something. Is there a platform where a consumer can buy directly digitally?
That is kaspersky.co.in.
Okay, so any consumer can purchase from there also.
We cater to all sort of channels.
Okay.
Be it retail, be it large format retails, be it website business,
Right.
be it Amazon, be it Flipkart. As I said, our job is to leverage all the channels to reach out to the last consumer and then give them the option. What is the most comfortable option to buy? The security. So the presence is important. We are focusing on the presence and enriching the channel, empowering the partners with all the best practices. Channel can be, vertical can be anything, carrier can be anything.
Right.
But yes, we are present in across formats. That would be the take.
Okay, so we can say that 100% you're a channel-driven company.
Absolutely.
Am I right?
Of course.
We are, and we're adding just more and more options.
Okay.
So digital is also a very important stream of that. And that's exactly what I called from the beginning, as omni-channel.
Yep.
So there should be no barrier to anything, digitally you have to be very strong.
Of course.
It's a very competitive market.
And to add on top of that, I personally, together with Purshottam, was very happy joining the meetings with the resellers and distributors on the market, to know exactly from the first hands the situation, to hear exactly the feedback, what the market is thinking and how they are appreciating our product, and which is very important in order to bring also the message how important the partners are for us.
And obviously means, if you're meeting them, means, you met a lot of resellers and partners at Nehru Place.
Yeah.
So how was the experience? If you can share something, how was it?
Interesting.
Oh, that's really a good question. That's amazing, because I'm very much inspired by the fire in the eyes, because the speed of things that are happening here in India, it's absolutely amazing. That's why exactly we're looking as Kaspersky and Indian market as the very fastly developed. It's developing and developing. That's why this is very much important for us to have people on the ground, so to have really good partners and distributors who are bringing this message. And it means that that's much, much bigger scale that we can cover and touch. And it's really different comparing to other territories, because, there is much bigger thrive to succeed. It's a big will to have this success and to become better, to run faster. And that's why we're here to help all of their partners to do that.
Obviously, means, your visit to local resellers, offices and shops will give them more confidence that, the global players, global leader are, motivating them and, connecting with them. So this is really a nice initiative. You travel to visit local market.
Thank you.
Elizaveta, I was there with the launch of, there was a launch of consumer product. And that first time, a vendor has announced a subscription model initially. You were the first one?
We are the first one to announce a subscription model in cybersecurity.
Correct, for the consumer and all.
For the consumer.
So that has been launched. It's almost 1 year, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah. So how, as a global leader, you see launching of such subscription model, how the things has gone so far?
Oh, that's a very brilliant question that you're asking me exactly in this specific moment.
Right.
Because we have just recently got the award as the best product of the year for our standard product, which is our core stone in our consumer portfolio, by the comparatives.
That's great. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
That's great.
It's all thanks to our great R&D team, to all of the effort that we saw from marketing, from positioning into the market to the place, and to the partners, of course, who managed to deliver it right on time to the market and to really highlight the main protection pieces that we have. We're protected from all of the possible ways of online threats. It's the privacy, it's the speed of the product itself that has been improved over the years. So all of that brought us to the result of having this fantastic award.
Yeah, that's great. Means, this will kind of, add more value to the consumers who are buying. It will add more. How do you see, means, this kind of impact having in Indian market, such kind of award? How do you see?
It's a big impact, I could say. And we can proudly carry that award on our shoulders. And it shows how prominent the product is, how happy consumers are by buying this product and using it. And that is the final, any company would have in the mind, that to satisfy the consumer is the first objective and the last objective. So we really feel proud about it, and the message would be definitely carried to the last mile reseller. So which will also help them and empower them to sell this product to the customers with the confidence that we are selling a global brand, which is number one now in terms of comparatives as well. So you're buying right product with value. So that is what we see with this award. Yeah,
that's great. Means, the partners community will, get a kind of, certification along with them that these products, this year of the products, every year you got certain awards.
Yeah.
But again, you are getting this in the consumer segment is a big proud moment for both of you and in the entire team members.
Absolutely.
You have been, a global leader and you are seeing the global networking, partner network. So how do you see the global channel network who are working for the consumer is going will go in 2024? How do you see the expansion in any area, the major areas like African market or anywhere market? How do you see?
Yeah, for sure. We're having the moment of, transition period, I'm calling this. It's a little bit of a new area of the way how the end user is buying the product and thinking about the purchase. And by that, I mean that a lot of standard retail, how it was happening 10 years ago, is now really transforming a lot. So this is sort of the percentage of the old mind, let's say, products that we saw historically. Let's remember the time when we all were using CDs and DVDs.
Right.
So now it's really difficult to find the PC where to put it inside, right? But in the majority of the country, or in the countries where we still saw very low internet, like in Africa, for example, we still are providing this because the end customer is the key. If for him it will be more efficient to take it and just to put it in the old PC he had, but still it's needed, then we're ready to provide this part as well. But this is the part which is slightly but shrinking in the majority of the country, which does not apply to India. I still see a huge potential and a lot of physical products that are loved, that are needed, and people like to touch what they're buying, so it should be tangible. While, let's say, in European market, you can see more digitalized format that also changed only recently.
Okay.
You would be surprised, but even in Germany up to 2017, we were still having the CDs inside of the box.
Oh.
Yeah. So, you see, it's not exactly all around the world the same.
It's kind of, tough situation for you guys to look on the locally, what market model is, feasible. It's very challenging for you.
Yes, but think global, act local. So it's very important to hear to hear the market and to exactly provide what the end customer wants. And we're really trying to be the best partner of the partner, to hear also the distributors, to hear the requests from the market. But answering your question, yes, the trend is positive, because during this transformation phase, it means that it's just more and more digital form factors are appearing. For example, talking about the Indian market, and Purshottam will add later on to that, we can see a lot of e-wallets that are really the new way of selling. Right. This is sort of the new steps into the future, which I can tell you that is not so much developed even in European markets. So in number of things, India is really much more ahead now, and that's why I'm seeing that it will be developed and continue developed even more faster. And from us, we just need to make sure that the latest technology and the latest product of Kaspersky will be delivered to all of them. And I'm absolutely convinced that the number of end users will only be growing. There's the new generation who are just, knowing only everything about Netflix and how to buy from Amazon. Mm-hmm. They're also the new target audience who absolutely, for sure, needs to be aware of the threats, to be aware of the financial risk that can appear in case if the PC is not protected or the transaction was done without any protection installed. So these are all of the messages that we're delivering constantly. And we're really putting the big focus within this portfolio on safe kids, because the family protection and even interaction within the family, that's crucially important. With everything that you can see in the internet these days, not all of that you would like your child to see, right?
Right.
So that's exactly the point, how we're providing the best even to the families to be more friendly with the educational path that the child should take in life. And the same is connected also to the schools and to the universities. We're having the long list of the projects where we're willing to provide this also on the governmental level, on the educational level, and to be there just to show much more. So it's not only antivirus, it's beyond antivirus, and it's in ideal world the full protection that we want to deliver to every house.
That's right. Means, even we recently received a kind of a press announcement from you, tips for the children parenting, something has been released recently, and we got it. So obviously means being a global leader, you have responsibility to educate the new new generation, next generation, they are also ready for facing kind of digital revolution what we are seeing. Okay, thanks for answering on the global perspective. Purushottam, this will be my last query to you. It's about because you are locally connecting with the resellers and NDs which you have appointed. So how do you see the association and the relationship going for you in the consumer market?
Absolutely fine. As I said, channel and channel partners are our backbone. So the relationship with national distributors and the regional distributors, and then we have sub distributors, we have resellers which are mapped with us directly.
Right.
We talk to the partners community on regular basis. We have a lot of communications. We have communication tools.
Okay.
So that empowers us to be very closer to the ground, understand what are the challenges, and act very fast. That is what is required. So on the action points, it's very, very fast action. The distributors are very cooperative. Partners have loved us since ages, and they show good response in terms of supporting the brand. And as I say proudly that we are the only global brand who's dealing with B2C and B2B both, and we are equal focused on both the sides, and consumer being our hardcore focus. Channel partners also react accordingly.
Right.
And personally, I have been loving India as a channel. The partners have been very, very supportive in terms of getting this brand where it should be. So yeah.
Right. So means if we can wind up something like from your side, that is there are a lot of activities which we keep on doing.
Yes.
Okay. So it's a beginning. I cannot ask you the kind of assurance or the commitment what all you are investing in Indian market for the kind of promotion among consumer segments. So what all activities you can see or you can guide globally that you are here to support Purshottam?
On the global side, I would leave to Lisa, but
Indian part.
On the Indian side, there are a lot of activities. Consumer awareness is one of the important activities which we will continue to drive, and definitely there are mediums like digital terminal where we use the right opportunity to reach out to the last mile consumer. That is an ongoing process. Empowering the channel is definitely bread and butter, ongoing process. Every day we work around it, how to leverage best practices, to empower the channel as well, and guiding them about the product features and right fit supply to the consumer. So these are the 2-3 pointers I can highlight it at this moment, because the year have just started, and we are definitely looking at a good sizable business we are going to cover this year, 2024. So yeah, looking forward to the strategies which we have already jotted, and it is too early to talk about, but you will see in the coming months how aggressive we are going on the war front. Yeah,
so we see you everywhere. Means there is something some event which is happening around cybersecurity. Kaspersky is already there for the awareness and the empowering to Indian customers. How important Indian partner is for you. A message directly to them looking into camera that maybe you can wish a happy new year also. It's just, and you can leave a message for all of them that how 2024 will be year of Indian resellers. Work hard, just trust us and keep working. But such kind of message if you can share with us.
Sure. Dear partners, I'm very happy and pleased to be here in India and to see enormous work that you have done to bring our products to the channel, to bring our products to the shelves, and to deliver them to every end user house. I do believe truly that with all of the support that Kaspersky is ready to provide you, with all of the partner programs, with all of the tools, education and training that we are ready to provide to the market, you can build a great success with the increasing growth and trend that we can see from this territory and market, and to be even more successful in upcoming months and entire year. Dear partners, bahut shukriya. Thank you so much for all of your support that you're providing to Kaspersky business. And I'm wishing you a very, very successful year. Thank you.
Okay, that's great, having both of you. Purshottam, thank you so much for, giving me this opportunity, and thank you too also to, agreeing on, it was not fixed, but you agreed to having an interview with me for Digital Terminal. It's a great pleasure talking to you, both of you.
Thank you very much, Rajeev. Looking
Likewise.
Forward.